to For Real. It's Wednesday, and that's a good thing because we get to share the news with you. We have been incredibly busy, as you can probably imagine, but we do hope to have a Move to Cambodia update video for you very soon. Today's ride takes us through the back roads of Siem Reap, and we thank Kelly from Autumn in Asia for providing it. Be sure to check out his channel. He has heaps of great videos from around Siem Reap and lots of other places as well. At For Real, we donate our income from YouTube to charities in Cambodia. Here is the total we have donated so far. Wherever you're watching from, thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Your support really does make a difference. Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of November, and in this episode, we'll investigate something fishy to the east of Siem Reap. We will also check in with the President of the United States, pending his visit to welcome us back to the kingdom. We will also look at some recent efforts to return the coast at Sihanoukville to its former glory. It has been 1 year since Cambodia reopened, and Khmer Times asked some local people how their lives have changed after the lockdown ended. A 62-year-old traffic coordinator said, "During the lockdown period, I was so bored and also fell ill. I love my job and want to see my city active. Also, I enjoy seeing people commuting to work. I don't like deafening silence on the roads. Now the roads are busy and I am back to my happy days." A 33-year-old monk said, "Monks depend on people visiting pagodas for their livelihood. During last year's lockdown, only 20% of Buddhists came to offer food to monks at our pagoda. Now, around 70% of Buddhists are visiting the pagoda during holy days. Thanks to the reopening, I am so happy that life has become normal once more." And lastly, a 48-year-old tuk-tuk driver said, "I wish the lockdown would not happen again. Life has become so joyful and I am able to earn enough money to support my family. People are using tuk-tuk services every day, especially students and garment workers. That is why life has become normal after the reopening of the country." We do highly recommend anyone thinking of visiting Cambodia to do it now, as the country really needs a boost to regain its tourist numbers. Judging by the comments though, lots of you do have plans to visit soon, which is fantastic. Talking of visiting Cambodia, the President of the United States of America has confirmed his trip to Cambodia to attend the US ASEAN Summit and the East Asia Summit. Joe will be in Phnom Penh on November the 12th and 13th for the two summits. The President will underscore the importance of the US-ASEAN cooperation in ensuring security and prosperity in the region, and the well-being of their combined population of 1 billion. Of that 1 billion, 1 million of them went and visited the various water festival and boat races which happened around the country. According to the Tourism Minister, from October the 24th to the 30th, Cambodia saw a total of 1,073,389 tourists nationwide, of which 1,040,974 were national tourists and 32,415 were foreigners. So where did all these people go? Well, nearly 500,000 went to Svay Rieng. Kandal had just over 200,000 visitors, and Siem Reap had nearly 35,000. With all this enthusiasm for water activity, some 32 lifeguards from 4 coastal provinces are now undergoing a 5-day training program conducted by Thai experts. The aim of the program is to provide rescue services for people who get into difficulties in the water. Lifeguards will eventually be stationed in Kampot, Kep, Kokong and Praia Sihanouk upon completion of the course. The course will improve the quality of lifeguards, which will strengthen security and public safety in resorts and tourist areas. This leads us to our next water-based story. Cambodia's first ever aquarium and zoo complex, featuring hundreds of freshwater and seawater species, wild animals and birds, opened its doors in Siem Reap province yesterday. More than 500 local and international tourists visited the new attraction. There are 2 aquariums, one of which is freshwater, and it features species such as the Siamese tiger perch, which is critically endangered, a giant catfish that weighs more than 300 kilos, the Mekong giant catfish, which can be up to 3 meters long, a giant freshwater stingray, Mekong featherback, and marbled whipray. The seawater aquarium features many types of species which inhabit the Gulf of Thailand, such as white-tipped reef shark, bull shark, and the spotted eagle ray. At the zoo, there are tigers, bears, crocodiles and other animals, and also a floating house and butterfly garden. So what will it cost to see all of this? Well, local and expat adults can get it for $10, while tourists will have to pony up $18. The aquarium and zoo took 2 years to build, and it is the first phase of the goal to create a world-class tourist attraction in Siem Reap province. The second phase is free-ranging birds and elephants which walk around in the new botanical gardens. The third phase is a linked resort. To enjoy getting there, and also to other places around Cambodia, more than 200 road repair machines will be deployed by the Ministry of Public Works and Transport. The Transport Minister said yesterday that road repair machines will be sent to public works departments throughout Cambodia for the upkeep of Cambodia's roads. He also added that the government decided to provide the equipment as officials have observed that the number of vehicles on roads has increased, especially on national roads. He said a lot of new roads are being constructed and this is outstripping the number of machines needed to maintain them. Phnom Penh's administration and its workers are abuzz with preparations for our return, and for the ASEAN summits, but mostly our return. Repairs are being done on the Russian Boulevard, which will be completed by early November. The Phnom Penh Capital Administration, as well as the working group, also asked for understanding and tolerance from the people who travel along the road and are inconvenienced by the construction. This next story was very strange due to the level of construction in the area in the last few years. Stalls and structures erected by vendors trading on a beach in Sihanoukville have been torn down by the authorities to clean up the seaside, giving it a soothing ambiance. Authorities said the structures were built without permission and spoilt the beauty of the beach. They've been making efforts to clear vendors commercialising popular beaches by removing haphazard and unsightly structures. We have to take care of the beaches and make them beautiful for people and not allow any individual or company to make the public beach their property, he said yesterday. The 12 stalls that were demolished belonged to one Chinese company. In some more soothing news, authorities in Stung Treng mobilised to organise and take actions against street vendors conducting unauthorised business on public roads. There's a bit of a theme here, isn't there? To suppress the chaos and disorganisation of street-side businesses, the provincial authorities set up a commission to inspect and take action around Samaki Market. The Market Committee, as well as provincial authorities, have collaborated to implement the measures. The disorganisation caused by street-side vendors has drawn criticism from national and international tourists, as well as residents. The committee released rules and regulations for those conducting business on the road, including wares and products must be displayed in appropriately sized stalls. Sellers of the fresh produce and meat are barred from selling at the north of the market and must relocate, and illegal parking is banned. This is a double-edged sword, as in some ways the soothing element is the chaos and disorganisation. Now to a soothing and chaotic sport, kite flying. The Department of Culture and Fine Arts of Kampong Chhnang Province is making 100 kites to dedicate to the wind god at a traditional event on December the 8th. We are thinking of attending this as we will be back in the kingdom and we've never been there before. The tradition of kite flying is also part of the Khmer national identity. Therefore, the Department of Culture and Fine Arts is reviving kite flying as most Cambodians have lost interest in the tradition. In order to preserve kite flying, the Department of Culture and Fine Arts has invited older people in the province's Kampong Leng district who are skilled in making kites to train the next generation of young Cambodians in the art form. Kite flying is said to reflect the character of Cambodian society, where living in harmony with nature is paramount. Based on the historical record and Khmer legend, it is believed that the Khmer kite flying ceremonies were first held around 400 BC. Now we need to go back further in time for the next story. Cambodia has, for the first time, unearthed a dinosaur fossil on Kopor Island in Koh Kong Province, according to the Environment Minister. Researchers have spent about a year researching the fossil, and based on the evidence they have concluded that the fossil is from the leg of a dinosaur. It's uncertain how big the owner of the bone might have been, but the fossil is similar in size to the shin of an elephant. More researchers will go to the area and determine the type of dinosaur. The fossil aged is placed between 65 and 190 million years, and it has been recognised as the first ever discovery of this type in Cambodia. Okay, now onto some crime stories. 3 suspected drug traffickers were charged for allegedly transporting nearly 160 kilograms of methamphetamine from Stung Treng to Phnom Penh. The accused are a Vietnamese national, a Lao national, and a Cambodian. If convicted, they each face life sentences. Police seized a total of 160 packages of methamphetamine weighing nearly 160 kilos from the 3 suspects. Now it's the end of the clothes line for a Phnom Penh underwear thief. The thief, who specialised in stealing garments, was yesterday arrested by police after he attempted to flee a scene by jumping from a window. Police say the 18-year-old was caught red-handed by the owner as he stole garments, including underwear, from a house. He attempted to flee by jumping from a first-floor window, but injured himself and was detained by a group of villagers who had gathered below. Now we have an Only in Cambodia story. 2 men were seriously beaten after tempers ran hot during an argument over cooking sausages. According to the report, there was a case of intentional violence in Palin commune in which 2 men were injured. It appears that the argument started after one of the victims complained about the overpowering smell of the sausages cooking that was emanating from the suspect's house. In the ensuing fracas, the suspect then grabbed a machete and set about the 2 men, causing serious stab wounds. After the incident, the victims filed a complaint claiming $5,000 in damages. Wow, that turned out to be some expensive, stinky sausages. The Ministry of Water Resources and Meteorology issued an alert stating that over the next few days, Cambodia would be affected by a high pressure from the northeast, aka China, during which cold winds will blow, leading to a sharp drop in temperature. In the highland areas, temperatures in some provinces such as Munukiri, Ratnakiri, Preah Vihear and Oda Mianche would drop to around 17 degrees Celsius in the mornings. Those are Arctic conditions by Cambodian terms. Ratnakiri Provincial Governor said the provincial authorities have been distributing blankets and winter coats to elderly people. And finally, a good news story. Miss Cambodia made history by coming in as 5th runner-up in the Miss Grand International 2022 in Jakarta. I guess that means she was 6th overall. This is a first for a Khmer woman. After such success, Vote Saravodi was very pleased with this honour and said to her fans, "With this title, I can use my voice to spread the message of love to stop violence in the world. We are human, we have to love, we have life, and we need peace." At the end of the contest, the MGI 2022 crown was awarded to Miss Brazil, first runner-up was Miss Thailand, and second runner-up was Miss Indonesia. That brings us to the end of this week's news. You're now up to date with all of the most important events in the kingdom. Thank you for watching, and thank you once again to Kelly from Autumn in Asia for providing today's ride. Take care, have a great week, and we'll see you very soon.